Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 26th. This week, we're going to just jump right in here, Cancer, and see what is going on for you. I'm going to take this card, too. Why not? It seemed like it kind of wanted to pop out there. So we will take it, Cancer. But, Cancer, let's see what we get for you. It's actually looking pretty good, is what I would say, minus that tower. It's kind of funny that you have, this Ten of Swords, Ace of Pentacles to the tower here. And then you have the Magician, Ace of Pentacles to the Five of Wands and Nine of Wands up here. And, it's kind of like this could be a decision or a choice that you're trying to make between two things here. I almost do feel like you are kind of like allowing a tower moment here, Cancer, with this tower. Because it's like this is a lot of conflict right here, and it's a lot of wounding as well, with the Nine of Wands being the wounded warrior. You have the Ten of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and Tower. This could be challenging, but at the same time, this could be you seeing that a new beginning is a better opportunity. You also have the Judgment card and the Tower. Just personally, with the way I read, whenever I have the Judgment card and the Tower in the same reading, to me, this can represent a kind of like a major revelation or a sudden realization. So let's dig into this. You have the Wolf Spirit and the peacock spirit. The wolf spirit says turn knowledge into wisdom, and the peacock says let it shine. So I feel like some of you clearly need to let your wisdom out, or you need to use your wisdom to find success at this time. Don't be afraid to speak up. I would say don't be afraid to share your voice or anything like that either, because again, this is like a very good energy. You have the Ten of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Magician here. I kind of feel like this King of Cups is you here showing up in the reading in a very strong position. It's like the Ten of Swords is like you realizing that something is dead, done, over with. To me, the Ten of Swords is the end. It is the complete ending of something in your life. So I feel for a lot of you, it's kind of like you're seeing something as being the end. And I feel like you're ready for this new beginning on the Magician. The Magician can just be a new beginning. It can just represent starting something new or getting started on something new. And that's kind of like where I feel like you're at. We're going to clarify this right away here, Cancer, because I do want to see where this is going. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords, victory. This is very good, especially with the Ten of Swords there. The Ace of Swords is a victory, but it's also a card of overcoming, existing obstacles. So I feel that a lot of you are overcoming some challenges this week. With the King of Cups, you have the Emperor here. And let's clarify all the way. And with the Magician, you have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is funny. You have this taking risk card, and to me, the Five of Swords can represent taking a risk. To me, the risk could be to start something new, or to walk away from something that already exists. So for a lot of you, you could be walking away from like a controlling energy here with the Emperor. I would say that if you're doing that, then this is a good thing. Even on the Ten of Swords here, he has like a red cloak kind of on him, just like the Emperor has, right? So to me, sometimes the Ten of Swords could represent kind of like the death of something that has been controlling you for a very long period of time. It could be difficult to let go of, like if it's a relationship. The reason sometimes we can become attached to controlling relationships, right? So it might not be easy, but I definitely would recommend kind of having this new beginning. Even here, you have this taking risks card. So it's all about taking a risk, obviously. And I would say that would be a good time for you to take a risk. This could be shocking to other people with the Tower as well. So it's like maybe you're leaving a person that everybody thought you would be with forever. But it's like, maybe that it's not right for you. So I feel like you're kind of like the risk that you're taking is you're making decisions for yourself with this card. You have the Judgment card, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles here. It's like a new opportunity that's coming in for you. The Judgment card is a wake-up call here. The Ace of Pentacles is, God reaching his hand out, making you an offer. King of Pentacles is something permanent. For a lot of you, it's like you are, the wake-up call you could be having here with that Ten of Swords and the Ace of Swords is maybe you're realizing that certain things in your life are not as secure as you once thought they were. And that could be why you're taking a risk. This could be in love, could be in business and work, pretty much whatever. But I do feel for some of you, it's kind of like you are creating this shakeup in your life, but probably for a good reason, is what I would say to you, Cancer. So, like I said, there's definitely, I would say that this is a heavier energy here in this reading, but I don't really feel it's a bad thing. Like I said, especially if you're making a decision like this to better your life or to improve your life, or simply because you feel like you should. And I feel this reading is asking you to trust your feelings. That's just what I feel intuitively. It's kind of weird. I just see it as a big picture reading as well. I don't really there is love here, of course, but I don't really see this as a love reading. I see this as something much more, personal, something that has more to do with you and less about, other people. And the only thing is again, I do feel like people might not agree with some decisions or choices that you're making at this time. Like, let's say you're leaving a job. It's like maybe people are like, you went to college for 20 years to learn how to do this, and now you're going to leave. It's like, so what? It's like we don't have to stay in things just because we made an initial investment or whatever in our education, for example. I always tell people, it's like we are allowed to change. We are allowed to make different choices. We're allowed to do that. We don't have to stay stuck in like some job that we hate anymore. It's not the 1950s anymore, Cancer, right? It's like, gone are the days where you can even, nowadays, it's like you used to be able to start from the bottom and work your way to the top, right, in a career. So it's like I get this feeling here of like, I kind of understand it because there is this like feeling of responsibility here. And sometimes I think we do, especially if we work hard, we can develop a sense of responsibility to like a job or business here. And so it's like you might feel that. You might feel like you owe something to a job or a business. But what I would say to you is, like, if you were to die tomorrow, your boss would have an ad in the paper for that same position, like, tomorrow, right? So it's like, do you really owe anything to your job? I feel like that might just be for one of you. For others, it's like, do you really owe anything to a person, And I would say no. With the Judgment card, you have the Ace of Cups here. Two aces, definitely a definite yes. Two aces to me is also, especially with that Ace of Cups, I feel like you're figuring out where you want to put your heart, like where your heart belongs. Are you kidding me? Ace of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles, basically the universe saying I meant what I said. Some sort of new beginning coming in for you. There's something that has much more potential in your life. It's almost like you're more willing to invest in potential right now than you are willing to invest in a sure thing, because I feel like you're realizing that sure things are not really a sure thing. Like in your job, for example, I feel like some of you are having like this wake-up call revelation experience with the Judgment card or the Tower. I can't get over this overwhelming sense of, like, I have these weird feelings going on. I feel weird in your reading right now. And I feel like you're seeing something where you're like, what is that? What was that? But what I mean by that is, like, maybe you're seeing a person who works their butt off getting fired. And I feel like it kind of shakes something up inside of you where you're like, this is not as secure as I thought it was. And I feel like that's opening you up to, like, new opportunities. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Three of Pentacles. I feel like you're starting to value yourself, number one, but number two, your work. Three of Pentacles is a card of hard work, and it's a card of quality work as well. And I feel that a lot of you are starting to value that. So some of you might be more willing to take a risk to go get another job or to start your own business or what. I really feel you're kind of taking your destiny in your own hands here. Same thing in love as well. It's like when you know your actual worth in a relationship, then you won't accept anything less, right? So I feel for a lot of you, it's kind of like you're understanding your worth at this time. In your last row here, you have the Clean It Up card. I feel that, to me, just looking at the astrology, I feel a lot of people are going to be working on cleaning up their vibration, cleaning up their cleaning up how they deal with people and all that other stuff between now and the end of the year. I feel like a lot of people are going to be working on cleaning things up just energetically. And that's kind of like what I feel this card is asking you to do here, Cancer. I want to see what the next one is. Yeah, probably so you can end this right here. Round and round situations. It's kind of funny because in a way, this is similar to Pisces reading. If you have Pisces in your chart, I would definitely go watch the Pisces reading. It's similar but very different, but I literally said round and round to Pisces, and maybe it's a water sign thing. This is why I'm telling you this, and I kind of feel for some of you, it's like you're ending some sort of round and round situation or multiple round and round situations in your life. And the only way you can do this is to clean up your vibration, like I said. In a lot of ways, I feel like you're kind of making yourself the center here. It's like you're making yourself the center of the universe. I mean this in a good way, Cancer. Sometimes I think when we operate as from ourself, right? Then we make decisions for ourselves, then we make better decisions. I think part of the problem in relationships, for example, is that we don't make ourselves like our own mental point of origin. We start living the other person's life. We don't continue to live our own life. Maybe we mold ourselves to be like that person. And I don't know why this is popping into my head, but I feel like you're doing this like in all areas of your life. It's like you're no longer looking to necessarily fit into a situation. I feel like you're looking for situations that kind of mold themselves to you, if that makes sense. Damn, Cancer. I would say this is heavy, but super, definitely a super powerful reading for sure. You have the Five of Wands, Nine of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the Tower here. Again, the Queen of Swords, she is very focused on the future. Here, she's facing this direction towards the future, and she has her back to everything in the past. So you're making a complete change here with this energy, and I really like that. I do feel like you've dealt with this right here, conflict, competition, needing to protect yourself from negative people or challenging people, whatever you want to call it. And I feel that the Tower is definitely a shakeup. Sometimes I feel we do choose the Tower, because one person. There are two people here on the Tower. One person is diving headfirst out of the Tower. The other person is being pushed out, right? So I feel for a lot of you that it's like you are making the decision to kind of almost take a leap of faith here, and you're making a decision to maybe have a Tower moment. Maybe you're quitting a job. Maybe you're ending a relationship, knowing that it's going to cause a Tower moment. But this is for significant growth purposes. Like I said, I like this for you. I really do. With the Five of Wands, Nine of Wands, you have the Hermit, Dark Night of the Soul. That perfectly kind of sums everything up here. A Dark Night of the Soul sucks, but at the same time, at the end of it, you grow. You become a completely different person, and you almost become unstoppable after going through. If you truly learn from a Dark Night of the Soul, it's like you become almost unstoppable, because it's like nothing can shake you up. Nothing can get you off your purpose. Nothing can really do anything to you. So. Very powerful. With the Queen of Swords here, you have the Temperance card. So balancing things out here in your life, I would make sure to balance things out. But again, it's funny that I said molding. It's like you're molding yourself to a situation. That would be the Temperance card. If there was a card for that. He is a card of transmutation and changing one thing into another. But I feel like you are kind of looking for things to mold to you. Very powerful. And with the Tower, you have the Death card, finally undergoing a full transformation. The problem with the Ten of Swords is he doesn't realize that he is dead. He's just laying there with 10 swords in his back for no reason. It doesn't take 10 swords to kill a person. So, what I'd say here is that I feel like you're finally ending a situation in your life, or, a round and round situation in your life once and for all. For some of you, this could be I really feel this is big picture. I feel like it's everything in your life, Cancer. So it could be I wouldn't say just a relationship. I feel like it's a type of relationship that you're bringing to an end if it has to do with love. Same thing with work. I feel like you're more, it's like you want to rely on yourself more in work or career. So either you're going to start your own thing, which definitely involves relying on yourself, or I feel like you will be getting a job that's maybe a little bit more independent, maybe something that's a little bit more performance-based as well. If we get a performance-based position, kind of in some ways it's not as secure, but in other ways performance-based positions are very secure, because it's based off of how hard you work, right? And the harder you work, the more successful you'll be. But I see what a crazy reading here, Cancer. Very deep in a lot of ways. I'm going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now, and feel free to pause this video. And we're going to do 1, 2, and 3 right here. If you don't have questions, that's fine as well. I'm going to put all 3 cards together at the end. For question number 1, you have the Ace of Cups here. I would say yes. I feel like you have the Ace of Cups here as well. Definitely a lot of happiness coming in for you. For those of you looking for love, I do feel like there is love here. But again, and maybe not this week, because this week it looks more to me like, again, you're working on your vibration and getting into the right vibration to attract the right type of person, which is always a good idea. For question number 2, I'd say no. Nine of Swords, it's like nightmare. And for question number 3, you have the Eight of Swords. I would say no. This is something you need to escape. Putting it all together, again, I would say this week would be a good week to focus on yourself. Again, I would make yourself like that your own, I would operate from yourself, meaning that all decisions you make are because you want to do them, not because you're trying to mold yourself to other people, not because you're trying to make other people happy. And that's what I would do here, Cancer. I feel like this is only the beginning, is what I feel like saying to you. This is like I would say this is like one chapter of some pretty significant changes that you're going to be making. Probably, I feel like over like the next 7 years or so here. And this is only the beginning. So I like it. Definitely a lot of success coming in for you because of these changes in the future. I also feel if you've been going through a dark night of the soul, it's like you're at the end. It's like you're kind of, this reading to me is saying you're closing out that part of your chapter, whatever you want to call it. You're like closing out the dark night of the soul energy. So love it. This is really good, Cancer. I like it. Even though it looks heavy, but it's still good. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time, Cancer. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.